So, what's your name? Let's talk about who you are first. I need to know a bit about you first.
Yeah, my name's Quentin, Builder HQ inside the real world. I'm not sure what your username is. I do construction and been watching you guys for a while.
Lovely. So, how old are you, Quentin?
I'm 20,
You're 20 years old.
couple
And where
years
are you?
younger than you.
And
I'm
oh, where are you from?
I'm middle of Pennsylvania. I don't know if you've ever been. I'm at about east coast of the United States.
I've never been to Pennsylvania. I've been to Colorado. I've been to Vegas. I've been to, funny enough, to the next state of America, which is Canada. But I've never been to Pennsylvania. You know?
Yeah, you need to come. It's a lot of Amish. I think you'd like seeing them guys.
There's loads of Amish there, right?
Oh yeah, close to where I
Lovely.
am. They're all over.
Nice, nice. So you joined the
Yes,
real
sir.
world when, and what was it that inspired you to join the real world?
Well, if you want to know the real story, I was the first I ever heard of Andrew was from a interview, the first interview he did with Patrick Bet David. One of my friends sent it to me, and honestly, I wasn't much online at that point, and so I
Mm,
watched that interview, and a little while after, well, it was actually a good little while after, I kept following what was he was going through, and so I bought it. I've always kind of been interested in learning and stuff and business, and
mm-hmm.
it only went from
Excellent.
there, I guess. I went from a regular monthly membership to champion, got access to Luke, was able to listen to him. Guy's an absolute stud, and
Nice.
listened to Arno, and then I went to council, and it's only been an upward journey from there, I guess.
So, which campus did you join, and what made you join that campus? What made it think it was the right one for you?
Yeah, business campus. I mean, I wanted to do business, so Arno looked like a G, so I decided to join his campus and went through everything. And but I just started my so let's back up a little bit. I
Hmm.
worked in construction. I'm 20 years old, right? When I got out of school at age 15, decided I didn't want to do that anymore. Got into construction, figured I'd learn the trades, and did that for about 4 years. So whenever I joined the real world, I was about to start on my own. I figured I could start a couple projects with my younger brother. His name's Patrick. Funny thing is, he loves watching you, so I'm sure he'll be watching this.
Nice, bro.
But yeah, he's inside the real world too. But anyway, I decided I'd join the real world, and I was starting this construction company on the side on the as my main thing. And so I was like, well, I need to join the business campus so I know how to run a business. And that's what I did. I went through the original HU, and
Hmm.
that's an interesting course, but it was great to go through that and went through all that stuff, and it helped. I mean, I was able to set my business up a little bit easier. Obviously, I have help here on this side. It's not just me by myself. I have people that I can trust that I can ask questions to too about construction stuff, because
Yeah,
obviously Arno doesn't know anything about that.
yeah.
And so yeah, that was the story with the first part of the real world, I guess.
Okay, so you joined the business campus. Have you met people inside that business campus who have helped you as well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the stair guy was the first example of that, and I was able to get on Arno's leaderboard. He's got a call where he does the leaderboard legends, and I get to have a monthly call with him. And that's obviously pretty cool. I mean, if you get to have a monthly one-on-one call with a guy that's made tens of millions of dollars, that's pretty nice.
So explain how you did that step by step, because obviously with new students coming in, they're going to want to know how they can get onto that leaderboard like yourself. So explain how you did that step by step, if you can, please.
Well, see, I was kind of lucky because I have this other bit, the construction business. The
Yeah, yeah,
online stuff, I've only started to get into that now. I mean,
yeah.
when I first came into the real world, I did the business mastery, and then I was like, well, I need to make money online. So I went to Professor Adams' crypto campus, and I made quite a bit of money from that. I went through all his levels. Well, first level, I'm not an autist, so I haven't actually went to like level 5, but I passed his master class and everything.
Nice,
So,
nice.
so then that was kind of a side thing. I made money with that. And then I came back to the real world, and my construction business was making enough money that I could make money and show it to people. And then I would get Arno's attention and get on his leaderboard and talk to him. For the regular student, and you're making money online, it's going to be a bit of a different story. You're going to have to go through all the steps of making an online business, and that's just as difficult, if not more difficult, than building houses.
Well, it's very admirable, mate. At such a young age, owning your own construction company is a feat in itself. But what is it exactly that you learned about business inside the campus that helped you with your company?
Well, Arno has great sales courses, great networking courses, his SSS course, all that sort of stuff. People not messing with people, talking to people, learning how to interact with them, and that sort of thing really helped. As well as obviously Andrew's original HU, everything, speed, money in, all that sort of stuff. The
Hmm.
principles there, I've watched those, went through that entire course probably 2 or 3 times, maybe more. And so I guess I've internalized that. But just as one thing, I don't know. I don't know if there is that one magic bullet. There's just a lot of, like the way Alex Hormozy says, there's a lot of golden BBs. There's not one silver bullet.
That's right. So it's you've learned a lot. It's been great for motivation. It's been great for getting your numbers up in your company, and it's been great for yourself as well. Like in terms of what to
Yeah,
do
and
next.
I'll tell you the one thing. Yeah, and I'll tell you the one thing that I got the first with the real world, and that's problem solving skills. I don't think most people think about it the way you it gets drummed into you pretty quick, at least in the business mastery campus. If you
Hmm.
don't have if you don't at least show an initiative for wanting to solve your own problems, you're not going to get anywhere inside the business campus or in real life. And I mean, if you the first problem you come to and you're like, I don't know how to solve this, I just guess I just ask someone. It's not going to work. Uh, you got to at least show what you're trying to do, and then ask questions. Try your
So you
best, and
so
then
would you
tell people what
say
you did, and then try.
would you say that it's helped you in the social aspect of business as well as the actual, like business itself? It's helped you with the social side of interacting with people as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, those courses are great, and I've been able to talk to people inside the chats, which is something I probably wouldn't do otherwise. And that's a whole nother thing by itself. Your typing matters, how you come across with your words matters, all that sort of thing matters. And it's a whole lot different than interacting in person where you can just smile and wink and say a couple words and people like you.
So what would you say in terms of value for the real world? Would you say that you absolutely get your money's worth and you'd recommend it to anyone out there who would maybe be a bit skeptical on paying a monthly subscription?
100%. I mean, I I've proven this myself. The monthly subscription is $50 a month, right? The champion membership is 2 years of that. So I got the monthly membership and I was like, you know what? I need to get champion. So I paid 850 bucks and got 2 whole years of the membership. Then I was inside that and I was like, this is great. I get to listen to Luke. I get to ask him any questions. What else is there? And I went up to champion, which is $2,000. So I went up from $50 to $2,000, which is, I mean, the math, I guess, if you don't think the $50 makes sense, then I'm a crazy person.
Bro, so what would you say to someone who was first going to join the real world? Would you recommend that they join a monthly subscription or would you say that they would join the champions package straight away?
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on who you are. If you think you're going to commit, then definitely get the champions package or at least heroes year because you
Hmm.
get access to Luke's lessons. And for a new student, I would say that's fairly, that's worth it.
In terms of value, it's completely, unthinkable.
Yeah.
This.
Luke's the type of guy that sits in his house and um, gets a commercial air humidifier to make sure his lungs are okay. And then he trains outside in the sun.
That is Luke is a robot, bro. He's not a human. He's a
I know.
robot. All he
He might
does
be a
is work,
frog. Who knows?
bro. He's Luke is different to anyone I've ever met in terms of in terms of getting things done and in terms of hard work ethic. Luke is probably
Yeah.
unmatched.
Luke's the man.
He's a titan, bro. He's a titan. So
Yes, sir.
you build houses, right?
That's right. That's my main job. I actually,
Cool.
funny story. I was up fairly late last night. I had to get some things done, and now this
Hmm.
morning, the deadline was passed, and people are working up there, so I'm able
Nice.
to do this.
And
But yeah,
in terms of in terms of numbers for your own business, how much has the real world helped grow your capital in terms of bringing money in for your own business?
I don't know if I can measure that so very well. What I can
Hmm.
do is say that the crypto investing campus has more than doubled my money over the last bull run. So the last 6 months, I put quite a bit of cash in there and
Hmm.
it's more than doubled my money. So that's where the value is for me because I've got a little bit of cash that I can sit on and that I can do that with. As far as money I can directly attribute to the real world inside of business, there's a little bit there, but there's not I can directly link to that. I've actually just started an online business that within a couple months here, I actually asked Rocco. So I was like, if you could do it 2 months from now, I could show receipts from an online business that I can totally attribute to TRW.
So the crypto campus alone is enough for you to recommend it, let alone the business campus and anything else. The crypto campus alone taught you
Oh yeah,
how to make more
I've
money
more
straight
than
away.
made back my investment inside TRW. Yeah. But like I said, it'd probably be a little bit different for me than the normal guy joining university.com.
Nice, and that's made you, feel better as a person in yourself, and you more self rewarding to get those results.
I mean, making money is always going to make someone happy, I think.
Of course, G. Of course, that's what it's about, making money, right? So, and that's what
Yeah.
the professors are there to do. They're there to guide you. Like you get a lot of people saying, "Oh no, you can find advice on the internet anyway. You don't need professors." But I think the whole setup of having people there to guide you and having people there with the experience, who understand, what it's. They have the experience of getting people their first clients and getting people, to understand their ways of learning. I think that's very important, and I think a lot of people like yourself have benefited from that.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at I have paid for a lot of different things to learn. I mean, TRW isn't the only whatever I've done that with. It's by far the biggest, but as far in terms of investment, probably at this point. But the thing is all the professors are credible. The credibility is so terrible high because not only have they done what they're teaching, they've
Mhm.
also taught 1,000 students how to do the exact same thing. And
Yeah.
if you're not trusting that they're credible, then I don't know what to tell you.
So you'd absolutely vouch that the professors in the real world are, the best mentors you can possibly have in an online university, and they're what you'd recommend to everyone out there, right?
Oh yeah, and if I wasn't tied to the United States or here and trying to build a physical business here, I would definitely move to like Amsterdam or something so I could be closer to Arno. Like it, obviously, having a professor over the screen is great, but getting closer to them in real life would be even better.
Bro, it's like, a lot of people describe them as brothers that they never had, and that
Oh yeah,
people and figures in their lives that recommend to people it's beneficial. So it's good. I know some of the professors myself, and they are great people. So it's
yeah,
glad to hear that
no,
someone like yourself has monetized that, and took advantage of having such a great tool at your disposal for such a little fee.
yeah. And as far as you get to have a genius at your disposal, as far as when it comes to Adam, because like anymore, I don't, like I said, I don't, I'm not an autist. Maybe I look like one, but I don't want to spend all day in front of spreadsheets. But I have a genius at my quote unquote disposal. For $50 a month. I get to make insane crypto gains, and that by itself is insane. But yeah, as far as vouching for the credibility of the uh, other professors, I don't know. I haven't spent too much time with any of them other than Arno and Adam and Luke, and I know they're all geniuses. So
Look, I think it's important to find which professors and which campus suits you as a person and suits what you want to
yeah.
do, right? So you're not going to be in all the campuses, but the ones that you have been in for sure, you would recommend to absolutely anyone.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, I would also say I see it. Obviously, I'm in the chats a bit, and I would tell anybody that's starting out to stick with one. I mean, at least until you've made money inside that campus, because it doesn't matter which one, like it literally doesn't matter which one. Maybe stick with a cash flow one, in my opinion, unless you've got a little bit of money, but stick with that one until you've made money with it. And then you can spread out and look for the one that you like or whatever.
Nice. So you're going to continue working hard in the real world, and you're going to carry on plugging away at your construction and taking Arno's advice to grow your business. Is that right?
Oh yeah, and I will probably be meeting you someday, so you can count on that. But
Yeah.
um, oh yeah, I think we'll see each other. I don't know where you at, Dubai?
I'm in Dubai, bro. I don't know if I'll be leaving Dubai for a little
Okay,
while. So
I
yeah,
could I could see myself an Arabian for a couple weeks sometime here in the next couple years.
bro. I mean, if you're over, by sure, for sure, you can come through and let's have a coffee. Let's catch up, and I'd love to hear how much further you've grown your business through the real world. And it's lovely to see. I love to see young men doing well. I love to see young men working hard and getting results, which is what you've done. What would you say in what would you say in respect to anyone who's thinking about joining the real world, who's maybe umming and ahhing about it at home? What would be your message to them?
Just do it. One other thing I'd like to add in is that I've been able to. I don't it. I don't know if I can say it's directly because of the real world, but I have a good amount of friends here in Pennsylvania where I'm at, like real world friends that I can hang out with. We can hit each other, we can call each other names, and it's fairly solid friend group. And I've bought three of them Heroes Year subscriptions. One of them's my younger brother. Actually, I work with him every day, and
Wow.
they've all been putting that to good use. And yeah, that's been super great. And another friend I've actually convinced to buy it, and I'm working on another two or three. So hopefully we can all be inside of the real world here within. I mean, we most of us are, but the rest of them we can convince them to get inside. So I don't know. I guess I'm selling it to everybody around me. If you
So
want to
not
make
only
money
have you
online, it's the
benefited from
only
the
way.
business side of things, you've also grown like a brotherhood around it as well, like with like-minded people who want the same results as yourself.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's yeah, 100%. We've got a lot in common, but the real world and trying to be better humans is ties us together even more.
Quinton, it's lovely to meet you, and it's great to hear your story, bro. And hopefully we catch up soon. Thank you for your time as well, because I know you're a busy man. Keep smashing it in your real world experience, and bro, I have no doubt that you'll win.
100%. I will.
Nice to see you, bro. Nice to hear from you. Have a good day.
All
See you
right.
later, G.
Thank you. Same to
Bye,
you.
bro.
Take care of yourself.